Oh boy. Okay, let's do this again.
Are you okay? You good?
Yes, I'm good.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna massage you a little bit.
Yes. Yes, please do. Not now.
Or was
not
it
now.
because when you press the sound effect button, you press the wrong button and it stopped recording?
No, I think I was just had a brain fart and didn't hit record. So
It happens to the
hey,
best of
I'm a
us.
chef, man. I'm not a producer for a YouTube channel. Welcome to the So You Want to Get Fat podcast. I am your host, Chef Brian Sow, not your typical chef. And today with me, as always, is my ball of wonderful, buttery French goodness, Frenchie.
Hi.
How you doing, buddy?
Guess who we have today?
Who do we have?
We have Uncle Roger today.
We have Nigel.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
To the podcast.
Thank you. I'm glad I found this place, this middle of nowhere place you brought me. Guys, we're pretending to restart the podcast
Yes, we are.
because
This is all
Brian
fake right
forgot to press
I
record.
literally forgot to hit record.
So we're pretending to be hearing each other's voices and topics for the first
for
time.
the first, yeah. No, this is totally the first time. This is totally the first time.
You didn't do your intro, Brian. Not your typical chef.
No, this is for the podcast. I don't do the whole "Not Your Typical Chef" winner of Beat Bobby Flay season 1. And the more people complain, like nobody cares about Beat Bobby Flay, the longer I'm just going to keep doing it.
It's such a weird energy to you. Come in with like winner of Beat Bobby Flay season 1. Oh no, Mission Sandwich Social. And Frenchie.
Yeah, but for a while I was doubling down by going loser of season 1 of Big Bobby Flay.
Yeah. Well, I started doing that in the early days of the channel to like establish that okay, I own a restaurant. I've done some television. This is these are my credentials, right? And I just kept up with it. And then you were the first guy to call me out on it. Like nobody watches that show anymore, Brian. Like,
Oh, really?
what? Yeah.
I was the first guy to
You
tell you
were the
this?
first guy. And
Did you watch the show?
Huh?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch the show?
When it first came out, yeah.
When? 95? 96? When did it first come out?
Hey, take it easy now. Take it easy.
When it first came out, Bobby had like, his hair wasn't thinning back then, you know?
No, his hair was just starting to thin back then, actually. And what was funny is
That's when they had that spray that you could put.
Topic. I've used that before.
You've used that
Yeah,
before?
prior to the hair transplant, yeah.
I think Bobby had. Listen, allegedly, Bobby had hair transplants around that time. But when we were doing the face-off and they were doing the camera spin, the light was like hitting his head where I really saw how he was thinning. And I like because the light was shining it right in my face, I couldn't help but keep looking at it during the face-off. And he caught me a few times.
Meanwhile,
I mean, I was bald. I did that episode. Yeah, with the shaved head too. I've been bald for like 20 years now.
But you owned it, you know? You owned it.
Yeah, I prefer it.
and you're
now.
tall, so who's looking down at your bald head?
Yeah.
It's when you're short and stocky like me, and people are like looking at your. Is that you too?
me.
That's
Wow.
strike
Yeah.
2.
Yes. Is it still fun for you, Frenchie?
I don't know. I'm telling you. All I know is I'm gonna make sure to turn off mine. While
Yes. Me too.
What?
My thing was off. It's
that?
a very specific alarm.
What, your birth control?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I'm tired of getting pregnant so much. It's whack.
Yeah. So Bobby saw you checking out his bald spot. or
His
something.
Bald spot, yeah, 100%. But we saw him recently at Minetta Tavern.
was very cool.
Randomly.
He was very cool.
Here,
And surprisingly remembered.
the dish,
The dishes
season,
and everything.
Yeah, yeah. So he was super cool.
Wow.
And a lot thinner up there now too. So
Well, he's divorced again.
Oh, shit,
He was,
really?
he was on a dating pool.
yes, he was.
I wonder if you meet Bobby Flay on Raya. You know?
What's that?
Oh, it's a dating app for like celebrities, celeb type people.
I've been married for 12 years.
Oh,
Like
yeah, you
I
don't
miss.
know.
Yeah, I don't know all those apps.
Yeah, you don't need that. It's stressful. I'm glad I'm out of that world too. You know, I'm with a woman now. Is nice.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
I met
Comforting.
Bonnie on a dating app.
I didn't say there's anything
Which one?
wrong with that.
Yeah, plenty of fish.
Bumble.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's the one where the women make all the decisions.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, so now you're seeing somebody because the last time I saw you in New York, you were still in the dating pool, having fun.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
This
As
must
one
be
should,
this.
you know?
Yeah. Yo, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm on
100%.
tour.
Yeah, you're on
That's why people go on tour.
1000%.
Yeah.
But this woman must be very special for her to tie you down.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
She's cute. She's smart. She's hot. You know, yeah. What not
Hot
to
is
like?
definitely good.
You need hot, man.
You need hot.
You know, you can't take someone out who's. I want people to check out my Instagram stories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want them to see. Oh, swipe, next one.
Good arm candy goes a long way.
Yeah, people. You get invited to more parties. You get free shit. You get a better seat at the club.
Like so like Blondie has her first store, and we used to go out,
Yeah.
and then she'd tell me like, don't be embarrassed. Like I'm so much taller than you and everything, especially when she put high 6-inch heels and she walk in and she towers over me, and she says, "Don't worry about it. It doesn't mean anything." When we walk into a room and I'm on your arm, people either think you have a big dick or you have lots of money. I was like, "Oh, I like the sound of that."
Yeah. Which one's true?
Yeah, which one's
Which
true?
one of those are true?
We'll
it to your
come back to that.
It's either big dick or lots of money, and I don't have any money right now. And I'm all out of money.
I just got done with my second divorce. I
Yes.
have no more money.
A big French dick.
Buttery.
I want to go to a restaurant, Frenchie. anyway.
Buttery. No,
Big
no.
buttery,
no, don't
garlicky.
ruin butter for the rest. What?
Like a baguette sized.
Oh no, that's too much.
You put it under your armpit.
That's too much.
Oh man. So you're in LA now.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to collab with you, but you're based in the UK, and I don't travel much to Europe.
Nobody
but-
goes. Don't go there. It's a failing empire.
Yeah.
It's a faltering empire. And people who think Europe is cool are just Asians, really. People from Asia, because we consume that kind of media, we consume that kind of literature that paints such a great picture of how cool Europe is,
Right.
and colonization, of course. But then we go there, you live there. Oh, when you travel there, you see the nice things that
Right,
people want to
right.
show you, right? And then you live there, you're like, everything's falling apart, man. So yeah, don't go there. We can retire there
Well,
if you
shit's
want.
old.
Yeah, shit's old.
It's mad old over there. And my
Yeah.
editor Jordan would agree with you.
The economy's struggling. The food is bad.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, I'm
We're
happy
just
to
talking
be
about
here.
England, though, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just
So
England.
do you
You know, the other places like Spain, Italy, they're also crumbling infrastructure and a
You didn't
declining
mention
empire.
France yet.
France.
mention France yet?
Yeah, you guys are doing okay. I think you guys are doing okay.
But people used to tell me like they have an interpretation of French people, and then fancy schmancy and all that.
Right.
But like France is really the biggest country of rednecks I've ever seen in my whole life. I mean, everybody's got guns. They're all like, it's like you can't base a country on Paris and
Right.
and Monaco and Nice, because the rest of it is just
Yeah, and they're basing it off of the top percentile
Right.
of Paris.
it's like
Right.
basing United States on New York and LA.
No, it's based in the United States on the Hamptons. That's what people think Europe is still is. They do like afternoon tea with their pinkies out, you know.
Yeah,
that kind
which
of
is
thing.
a very small portion of America. Let me tell you that.
Yeah,
I worked
yeah.
in the Hamptons for a short time. So you're in LA most of the time. What brought
Mm-hmm.
you out here to begin with?
Work stuff, right? Like YouTube, so much more fun here. So
Accessibility?
many people, accessibility to people.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
That the food is better. Before this, I thought I was gonna hate LA. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the people are fake, yada yada yada. But then they don't tell you, the people are fake, but you don't have to hang out with
You
them.
don't have to talk to them.
I just stay home all day. I work all day, film, edit, whatever. At night, I go out to dinner, and then I look forward to dinner every night. No matter how busy I am, I eat out every day.
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
cook once in a while, but
And,
you're in LA.
and you're wondering why your blood sugar's high.
Well, I have salads in the afternoon. Yeah, you can't be a food. I'm already like slim, and I review food. I need to have like diabetes, to get like street cred, so people believe I actually eat the food I review.
Yeah.
And it's great. You don't have to make a reservation here when you go to restaurants. Because in London, those restaurants are so tiny, it seats 20 people.
Right.
You try to go there, they try to go on a Saturday night with no reservation, they laugh in your face. It
And
happened
all the
to me once
restaurants are
before.
like that. They're all tiny like
Most
that?
restaurants,
of them?
yeah. The ones worth going to,
Oh,
good
okay.
luck. There's no way to get in on the weekend.
I mean, the infrastructure is already there, right? Everything's old, right?
Right.
So you would have to, the accessibility to a big space would be like maybe in hotels. Hotels would have the bigger size
And
restaurants.
usually the hotels don't have the best restaurants, unless it's something fancy, but that's pretty rare. Cool, man.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah. So As far as so we met through first I started reacting to your content.
Yeah,
it was
funny.
It was a
Nice.
pandemic thing. Everyone was stuck at home. Your channel, I think it took off during the pandemic.
Yes,
correct?
July 2020.
Okay. So I think I started reacting to you around the end of 2020. And my biggest video still to this day is one of your Jamie Oliver reactions that I reacted to. So I've been carpetbagging off with Nigel for a long time.
Do whatever you
And-
take.
Didn't you make us do that all again?
And now we carpetbag
Oh yeah,
together. yes.
what's with that? I was like, didn't you review this already, bro?
Well, so I started reacting to things, but mainly for him. Because it was just funny for me. It was funny watching him like have his fucking mind blown. Because it was crazy for me to watch, but obviously I wasn't watching myself react until.
If you
the
go
edit.
back and look at the videos, he's looking at me. He's waiting for me.
I'm waiting for him. Like I know what's coming.
Wait, so you react to my reaction to Jamie, and then you re-react again to my reaction of Jamie.
Yeah.
And then are you gonna react to Jamie's original video without?
No.
Oh,
We don't
okay.
take it that far. Like I only take certain videos.
I don't know.
that
You
I
reviewed
react
Jack's
to.
cooking like 20 times.
I
and
did.
You're capable of a lot of
Listen,
repetition.
I put my foot down. I think we're gonna stop with the fried rice, right?
We're chilling out with the fried rice. Like
How many fried rice have you reviewed?
We've too many.
Too many.
And the thing is, it's not even intentional because don't forget, I'm juggling the restaurant full time as well. I got 2 kids. You know, my life is busy, so my preparation time, as you know, is not as long as yours. Right?
We haven't covered this because you didn't press record. You
Yes,
know?
yes.
So
we
covered
totally did not talk about
Yeah,
this
yeah,
already.
yeah.
But I'll just go through my process. My process is a lot quicker because when I react to a video, it's pretty much unless it's a re-reaction where it's really for Frenchie, I'm reacting to it off the top of my head, and like I'll speak on certain facts and ratios of certain recipes and ingredients every now and then. But overall, I pretty much can catch on to the techniques upon the first viewing.
Well, wait. So is the gimmick that everybody is in on the joke but me, and while reacting to my reaction?
Yeah, when we did a lot of those.
Wait a
re-reactions.
second here. Wait.
Yeah.
So because all the viewers have already seen this.
Yes.
So I'm the joke.
Yes.
No, people are laughing with you. They're laughing with you.
They were but also, there's a lot of times where people like basically call me a piece of shit for number one. They're like, "How many times is Chef Brian going to beat a dead cow?" Which like is kind of true. I'm definitely beating a dead cow. But you have to.
It's a horse, by the way.
Yeah.
Whatever, horse, cow, they're both dead. Okay. But for me, it was just fun to be with my buddy and watch him freak out over these terrible cooking videos. That's really where it stemmed from. So I wasn't doing it because I wanted to beat a dead horse. It was just I wanted to see my buddy flip out, and I thought that was it's like Jackass, right? When you watch those Jackass movies and they do those terrible pranks to each other, watching it happen to your buddy. But for you, your process is very different.
Yeah,
right?
in the beginning, when I first blew up, the BBC food one, the Jamie, the Gordon, the first 3, those are easy, right? Those jokes have never been made before. The characters new, so I just kind of wrote 3 lines, 4 lines down, press play, press record, and just went for it. And the dishes are simple as fried rice. There's not a lot of technique in there, but as the videos progress, I need to bring something new to the table, right? So I started needing to get food researchers in so I know what I'm talking about. And then I started getting a comedian friend of mine who writes jokes with me, and then I take their writings, I combine them, add my jokes, add my take, add the character on it, and then film the video. So that's one. And then when I do find myself reviewing something again, like I've reviewed many Jamie Oliver vids, right? So I think to myself, why would this Uncle Roger hates Jamie's cooking, so why would he continuously review Jamie?
Right.
And the reality is you need the views to support your own endeavor and stuff, the money, sure. But how can I make it so it feels consistent to the character? So there are some situations where Uncle Roger's kidnapped by a guy, and then the guy works for Jamie and then wants him to like look at this and give Jamie his uncle title. Otherwise, I'll kill your ex-wife or something, that kind of thing. Or I'll try to make it so Nephew Nigel, I play it myself. I just leave the video on the laptop and Uncle Roger doesn't know. He just comes in, oh, what's this? Let's press play. And then, so I kind of find little things to still make it entertaining and consistent with the character. You know?
I've also seen, you're starting to branch out a little more. You've been doing some different stuff. You wrote a diss track.
What is that? What is that?
A diss track. It's like rapping and you're shitting on someone in a rap form.
Right.
Yeah, I did collab with Benny Blanco.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Are you doing it as Uncle Roger?
Yeah. I had to sing as Uncle Roger and rap as Uncle Roger.
And
that was fun. I have to figure out how would Uncle Roger sing, and I personally love doing karaoke, and I'm okay at carrying a tune, but I had to sing bad on purpose because it's funnier. It's funnier if someone's out of tune all the time, you know.
Yeah. And when you do new stuff like that, is there, because I know for me, I get a little scared about doing something new. You're straying away from what always works, whereas in restaurants, you want consistency, like you want to be able to do the repetition. But something in the entertainment field, you can't say, like you said, you can't say the same joke over and over again. So like
unless you're honing in a set.
Unless you're honing in a set, but
Which I do too. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But you have the benefit of you're playing to a different audience every time. That's a very purposeful repetition as far as the entertainment world goes. But like, what's the start process, and how does it get to the point where, I'm going to do a diss track for this? Is there, what's the mindset behind it?
Yeah, I think a mixture of both. You want the dependable, consistent thing, and then you want something a little bit new. So I do maybe 3 long videos a month, long form videos a month. Only one of those will be, 2 of them will be reviews, the classic things. One of them will be Uncle Roger's somewhere doing something. Right. And they might not always get the best views, but it's like, it's funny though, you know? Like the diss track thing, Benny reached out, and I was like, "This is too funny." Benny Blanco, he's a great cook, by the way, and he might be down to a collab. Hit him up. He super funny, great, loves food, loves my videos. And I was like, at first when he reached out, I was like, who the hell is this guy? Music producer, whatever. And then we started filming together. He had the lights changed again.
Shout out to Ibanez HQ in the Sun Valley.
They have electricity intermittently.
Yes, we're trying to keep things spontaneous over here. But truthfully, this video is in part brought to you by Ibanez Guitars. They let us use their...
Houston is implementing rolling blackouts.
It's real. It's on a green screen.
No, these are all real guitars here. They graciously let us use their studio space. But I'm sorry.
The diss track, it just tickles me. It's funny. And then we put that song on every platform, Spotify, Apple Music. And at first, we got copyright claimed by ourselves because there's music. And then we had to email the guy, "Hey, bro, this is our track, and you whitelist our channel." But then it's funny, and it really tickled me because all revenue we get from the streams, we donate to a charity Jamie Oliver supports. So it's like,
hell yeah,
it's fucking funny to me. I have to make that video. So what if it doesn't?
So what
get
is that
views,
charity? Might as well.
Food for Life.
There you go.
Yeah. So I do. The proceeds are all gonna go to his charity. But yeah, it's just a funny move, right? And that's one of those things where, in a few years' time, when we're sitting down to dinner talking about work stories, that story will come up. The story of, I got 10 million views reviewing another fried rice video. That's not going to come up. Right. So you have to think like in the long term, what makes it memorable for you.
Right.
I think that's
No,
I lost out a lot of money too that way. So, but.
I mean, you take 100% of the risk, you get 100% of the reward, right? So if it does end up being something that works out well at the end of the day, then doing something different and taking that chance.
Yeah. Did you see the one where I reviewed Jamie's lamb curry song? Did you watch that one? Oh my God,
I saw a part of it. I couldn't finish it. I'm sorry. I legit, that was one of your few videos I could not finish watching. I was like, what the fuck is this? Jamie Oliver had I'll let you tell it.
Jamie Oliver, when I think this was in the 90s, where he was he was already very famous back then. He had a live tour. He went on tour, live performance. He had a song called, it's called the Lamb Curry song, where he makes a lamb curry live on stage. And he sings reggae. He sings with a reggae accent. Little bit of passion.
In today's age, is that appropriation?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. Yeah.
But to me, as a comic, you don't want to get bogged down in like the woke culture war thing. But to me, it's just funny when the white guy tries to do a Jamaican accent. Just objectively, whether or not it's appropriate, it's just funny. It's like seeing a white guy with dreadlocks. This is funny always. So I just thought this is too funny to not let the world know.
Right.
So I reviewed that, got demonetized to shit. I made $0 on the video, but I'm like, I gotta put this out. This is too funny.
Yeah.
It only has I think the original video only has like a few 100,000 views, and is all views from 15 years ago. So I'm like, I need to bring this to a new audience. I posted that video, that review, demonetized, fine, doesn't matter. But then the original video, the person who posted it took it down. So because he was so, I guess, embarrassed or something.
Right.
So now my video is the only
copy
of the Jamie Oliver Lamb Curry music video. It was him performing at the London Apollo, a big theater there.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: can something that's demonetized still serve its purpose to, like, as an advertisement? Can it serve its purpose in
As an advertisement of what? For what?
of yourself?
Yeah,
brand.
of course.
Right?
Of
So-
course, yeah.
So it's still a win-win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
So
think
that's why we need to do the Beat Bobby Flay review.
Okay. Yes, we will take risks. I'm very
You gotta
risk.
fill people in on what you're talking about. Do they know?
Oh, okay. So I reacted to my episode of Beat Bobby Flay as a 100K special.
Ah.
And I finally hit 100K, reacted to the video, and I forgot what else I reacted to in the past. That was something Food Network, but it got demonetized. At that time also, I was way more ahead on my channel, almost like 3 to 4 weeks ahead, almost a month ahead.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This Asian guy, man. He's out Asianing me right now.
So I was like a month ahead. So
But
this
now he's
way,
complaining about it because we're not in the moment anymore. So now he wants to slow it down.
I have slowed it down because I want to be a bit more in the moment.
You'll never be happy.
I'm
like, whatever.
I'm dead on the inside. Like my heart is black.
But I keep blowing on that ember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping it alive. Come on,
Frenchie
Brian.
keeps blowing Brian.
It's all good.
Frenchie keeps
Blowing Brian.
This mic works too.
No, it's not that big. So
Did we do that money or big dick joke yet? At this, or is that
this
the
one?
What?
No, I don't know. We filmed this. This is our third
had
go
to-
at the
Yeah,
podcast.
we
lost
don't
track.
remember what jokes that we've told
I
on the
know,
pod anymore.
I know we didn't have the audio on when we were talking about the whole fucking flying over here and the luggage thing.
Oh,
that got
yeah.
me pissed off at
But
Frenchie.
was Blondie on this take? No, right?
sure.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think
Go
So-
ahead. Go ahead. Say it again.
It's your joke.
No. I don't repeat. You know that. I'm like,
I'm not going to repeat your fucking jokes for you.
well, we're not.
All right, I guess the
Then
world
it's
will
lost.
Never know.
That we'll
No, so
never-
listen. This is only the 13th episode of the podcast. Give me a fucking break. I'm still. I'm playing engineer and host.
Have fun.
Yeah.
It would be great if you can help out a little bit.
What do you want me to
buddy.
do? Which button do you want me to
No,
touch?
don't touch it. Don't fucking,
touch a
you're
button.
gonna break it. You're gonna break it.
I'll touch it.
Don't touch it. Don't
Okay,
fucking
well,
touch
you
it.
can't have it both ways.
All right.
I love this dynamic. Yeah.
We've Frenchie and I have known each other for a long time. He's definitely been my confidant. And as much as we do bicker, that's actually how it is in real life. Like even off camera, we bicker all the
Yeah, I
fucking
know.
time.
We had Mexican food earlier, and I've seen that dynamic already.
We went to eat earlier before this. LA, shout out to LA Mexican food.
Yeah, just don't ask me to check a bag.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Okay. So I wanted to rent the equipment originally for this podcast rather than bringing it over, but the logistics weren't working out, and I was saying to myself, I can probably fit all this into a small suitcase. And Frenchie over here only flies first class, and in first class you get to
What's wrong with that?
you get a free check-in bag, whereas the normies like me in economy nowadays you got to pay for your check-in bags. And this guy, the first thing he says to me is, "What did I tell you if I'm doing this podcast? If it's not fun for me anymore, I don't want to do it." So he started bitching and complaining. He bitched at me so much. I'm like, fuck it. I'll check it in myself. I'll bring it. So at the end of the day, he still won. But
Yes.
it's okay.
So when you don't like Frenchie, you don't like reviewing the terrible cooking on purpose
don't.
genre of videos, right? So how do you rope him into reviewing like 20 Jack's
Well, he's
cooking
lucky
videos?
that I don't prepare. I just walk in.
He has no idea. So every reaction that you see Frenchie in ever since he became, actually even before that, ever since he's showed up as a guest on the channel till now, he has no idea what's going on. He just, I tell him, show up here at 3 p.m. and that's it. And
That's it.
block it out and we're going to record 3-4 episodes. And I just pull up something, and every single time I just was finding the most grotesque videos to react to and piss him off. And for me, that was half the fun. But lately, we've been trying to branch out and do different things. And, now I want to start doing cooking videos because, yes, we can say all day that we're restaurant owners, but I do believe our audience really does want to see us cook.
Yeah.
And it's getting out of hand. I mean, the fans know beyond a doubt that I hate peas. They're sending us cases of peas and pea merch, and it's like,
Yeah.
like the restaurant is like, okay.
He got a T-shirt sent to him, a case of
2 cases of peas.
2 cases of peas,
pea
a tin
artwork.
sign, pea artwork, and all that stuff.
Oh,
So-
no. Yeah, you guys got to cook.
Yeah,
What are you going to make?
We do need to cook. We have to start expanding. But also,
I want to cook at home though.
No, let's cook at Le Ravage. It's a lot easier.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good advertising for your restaurant.
100%.
I'm all about what's easiest for me.
Yeah. But
Le Rivage it is then.
Le Ravage it is, yes.
Yeah, I love filming in restaurants because they're just so real.
Yeah.
You film at a studio kitchen, it's all fake, isn't it?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's, who knows?
Who knows?
You film at a studio kitchen is all props, right?
Yeah.
There's a plant there, there's some pots that nobody's ever used.
But what's the exception to the rule? Guga's place was insane.
That's the one exception. But
yeah,
Guga's place is a little different. Like he built his place specifically for content creation, but he also it's comfortable as fuck over there.
Yeah.
He makes it really hospitable for
He's got
you.
all the anemones. He's got.
Yeah.
Like it makes you want to create more content. And another thing about Guga, our fellow buddy Guga, shout out to Guga.
Shout out to Guga.
What do you call? And you know what else I want to shout out? Fucking subscribe. Tell the audience, Frenchie.
Please subscribe. Please. I pray for the day that I don't have to beg anymore. Please.
Can you tell the audience to subscribe?
Yeah,
please?
so subscribe and join their Patreon
Yes.
and buy their merch. What else you have?
Do we have a Patreon?
I have a Patreon.
Oh, so I don't need to push that.
But going back to Guga, the thing is, he works his ass off, so it makes you want to do more.
That guy's a madman.
Yeah,
He sleeps
he's
like
a
4
monster.
hours a night.
Yeah,
But we got so much done in 2 days.
yeah. 2 days we did, I think, 6 videos.
Yeah, it's like you guys live there, and then he puts it out week by week.
Yeah.
And it's like you guys live there now.
Yeah,
Right.
It's awesome.
I've been through the Guga boot camp too.
Guga boot camp. That's really what it is.
He's great. He's got it down. He's got it down to a science.
Yeah.
He has a pool in his
Yes.
recording area,
It's a fucking
his
gym.
studio, gym,
Yeah.
pool, basketball court.
Yeah, you just don't want to leave.
Yeah, but you never get to use it. You're there filming.
Yeah,
You're busy.
busy. He's
Right?
fucking putting you to work.
Yeah,
You know?
Guga's great though. Love that guy.
But so let's go back to your process. So I'm guessing, this is just my assumption, the early days of your videos, like you said, you were able to use a few quick jokes that you came up with yourself. So I'm assuming at that time, early days of your channel, you were doing all your production work and writing your own jokes and stuff like that. And as time went on, because I definitely noticed as time went on, and I continue to react to your videos, I would be about to say what a technique is or what they could have done differently, and you would actually say it before I can.
Thank you.
But you mentioned that you have culinary consultants that
Yeah.
work with you now and joke writers, so it's a full
Yeah, my chef friends really, not hardcore culinary consultants, just my friends who are chefs. And it's nice, right, to be able to be funny and also somewhat informative.
Right.
But then when I talk about the technique, I just touch the surface of it. Then you guys come in and do a 20-minute spiel on how to
He
make
does
an
the
egg.
20-minute spiel. I
People like that.
I try to rope him back in.
Yeah.
People like my 20 minutes. Actually, there are people in the comments section of our videos where they'll be like, I didn't like Frenchie that much in the beginning, but when he told Brian to move on, I really liked him after that.
You need someone like that.
Wow.
Do you edit your own thing? Oh, I still
Not
do,
anymore.
man. I still do.
You still do your own editing?
We take turns. So the Premiere Pro file, my editor does the first pass, passes back to me. I do the second pass, back
Okay.
to him, back to me, back to him, back to me.
But is that a tool for you? Does that help you just next I have
Yeah.
to do this, I got to do that?
Helps me get the rhythm
Right.
of the video right. You know,
Gotcha.
the little. You might just cut it if it gets too much into the science,
Right.
But there's certain things that if you notice after some punchlines, I do a J cut, which is like I'm still staring at the screen, but then the videos moved on. You can hear the audio from the later part.
Yeah,
coming in.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I
I
think
haven't
that
noticed
kind of
that.
adds something.
Yeah, 100%.
To it, you know?
100%. I did not know you still edit your own videos. That's crazy.
Have to, because your editor ultimately he's gonna be deferential to you.
Right.
He's gonna, he said he wanted this in. I'm not gonna cut this, but then you have to be harsh and be like, "It's not funny enough. Cut,
Right.
cut.
Right.
It's too boring. Cut." Your editor's not gonna do that. He's gonna be worried he'll piss you off, and then you will stop paying him. You know?
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have a pretty thorough review process with my videos, but also I'm running a restaurant full time as well.
Yeah, and you have
I have
kids.
kids, so
you know, and you have Frenchie to babysit.
I have Frenchie
you know?
to babysit, you know, which is the best part. It's the best part, honey. Don't worry about it.
I'll tell Blondie on you.
But so the joke is I'm the mistress and Blondie's the wife. You know? So how long is the? You know, what's the time of the A to Z for your videos? You know, when you pick a video to
A review video.
yeah.
Picking sometimes is hard. Sometimes picking takes a few hours. You know, you want to pick a funny one that's also somewhat Asian-y because I care more about Asian food than other cuisines, right? And then you have to write. I think my food researcher, I jump on a Zoom call. There will be someone like you with all the knowledge. I just ask them questions. And then my comedian friend writes like 2 hours worth of jokes, and then I take it in. I probably work on it 5-6 hours on a script. And then I film it. Filming is quick, hour and a half, 2 hours, done.
Right, yeah.
And then the edit, edit is like,
The editing is where that's the hard.
I probably do
part.
8 hours on an edit,
Yeah.
then 2 hours on an hour on a thumbnail or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thumbnails is another huge part. So
Yeah,
do your own
you could
thumbnails too.
always get a thumbnail artist, but then they're gonna make it all look Mr. Beast like,
Right.
you know, cartoony. They go by trends, right? Whatever is trendy right now, they just do that, and I don't think it fits Uncle Roger's persona.
Right.
You know, he's a little more like rough, old school, rough around the edges. So I do my own thumbnails most of the time.
Oh, wow.
My editor finds a still
Yes.
from the video,
Yeah.
and he exports it.
Yeah, I do the same thing. My editor, he starts the thumbnail for me, and I'm the one that ultimately finishes it at the end. But so, you know, you did a long world tour, which I think I saw you twice during that tour.
What? Why? Why'd you come
Oh no,
twice?
no, I didn't go. I didn't go see your show twice. I saw it once, but I think we hung out twice during the course.
Yes,
of that.
once at Beauty and Essex.
Yes,
right?
yeah. That was a good time.
yeah.
That was a good time.
It's
Fuck.
Were you working there?
No, it's still the same guys I worked with. So they
And then we
hooked us
got
up.
sake the next
And then we
time.
got
remember?
sake, and fucking damn, you could drink, dude.
Really?
I was impressed.
Sake is just rice.
Yeah, but we were drinking at
alcohol.
Beauty before that too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Hey,
Oh, man.
And then when he comes to New York, we're definitely taking Nigel out.
Hell
Dude,
yeah.
I love bring me to a sake bar, man.
Yeah.
I just drink. Sometimes I drink by myself in Japan. Not because I was traveling with my family, but then
Nigel just admitted he's an alcoholic.
it's only
Aren't
it's
we
only-
all?
Yeah, it's only alcoholism if the alcohol you drink is shitty alcohol. If it's good stuff,
is
then you're
that
a
it?
connoisseur. Yeah,
I like this.
yeah.
Let me write that one down.
You know, a Premier Cru, a Grand Cru.
Yeah.
Not an alcoholic.
Not
you
alcohol.
know?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
2 bottles of a Grand Cru every night. I want to be that guy's friend. You know.
You're
It is
fucking
not bullshit.
Full blown alcoholic. Right?
I'm a big fan of Nigel all of a sudden.
Thank you, Frenchie. I was in Tokyo. There's this sake bar in Ginza. So I was traveling with my family. I was supposed to go to Kyoto with them, but then there was some legal issue I had to sort. Some legal issue in Malaysia I had to sort. My lawyer said I can't fly all the way to the UK. You're in Japan. This is the closest we'll ever be. So the lawyer flew to Tokyo, and I had to cut my family trip short. But long story short, I found myself alone at this sake bar in Ginza. I just stumbled on it. And then the bartender behind the bar, she was an ex Miss Universe Japan, and now she just loves sake. She just drinks by herself every day, and then we just drank all night. It was fucking great. Then the sake, I've never seen those brands outside Japan. You know, and I would show her the brands of sake I like when abroad from the US and the UK, and some of them she'd be like, "Yeah, we don't drink that. We export that. We don't drink that."
Yeah, but that's like France.
Right.
France, Japan, they keep the good stuff for themselves.
Yeah, of course you have to.
Yeah.
I think I think a little bit of nationalism is good.
A
You know what I
little bit,
mean?
It goes a long way.
Yeah, a
sometimes.
little bit good. You have to.
That's what
have
I was
a little-
surprised when I went to Kansas. You know, where all the steer and like, oh man, we're gonna eat some really good steaks. And then we went to some local restaurants, and the steaks were shit. Because they said, oh no, all the best stuff gets bought up by
and sold.
You know, the 1% goes to New York.
That's
or,
not the case in Texas. They definitely have the good steaks there. Holy shit.
Well,
So I was going to get at, you did this long ass world tour, and I really haven't heard too much about you maybe going back out there, but is now YouTube the thing?
No, you can't have just one the thing. You know, I'm working out my new hour.
Oh,
so
sick.
hopefully we'll see how it goes. The new hour. Hopefully, announce a tour that starts end of next year.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Awesome.
and the material takes time. Stand up takes, repeat. You have to repeat the same joke to kind of
Yeah, you
tighten
gotta
it
hone it.
and
You gotta hone
hone it. Yeah. So we'll see how the new hour goes. And fortunately and unfortunately, my last special, I just released it myself, so nobody bought it. Netflix passed on it, Amazon passed on it, which is
Is it because of all the she jokes and shit?
the she jokes. Oh yeah, the China jokes.
Yeah, the China-
Maybe I don't know. They never give you a reason,
Yeah.
right? But the good thing is now I don't really have pressure. Sometimes if they buy a special from you, they'll want more than one, like 3 specials in
gotcha.
5 years, and
Right.
I'm not that level of comic where I can write a new hour every 2 years. I'm not that good, but this is low pressure for me. I can slowly work up the new hour, and you can't just have one thing, man.
Right.
YouTube, you've seen the new AI Sora?
Yeah.
It generates videos now.
It's insane.
It's-
Like the realism on Sora.
Anything
is scary.
anything you do, if the end product is digital, you're fucked. It's just a matter of time, I think.
Yeah.
If like the plumbers, carpenters, they're fine. But
Yeah.
so that's why I always keep like analog things. Like live stand up is an analog thing, so I need to keep
so
that.
You're still doing the comedy clubs.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Still love
Yeah.
it. Yeah, love it.
Yeah. And
It's fun.
I'm assuming LA is more conducive for that than it was in London.
And then
or
I would say so. There are more clubs here.
more clubs. Yeah.
And I just drive around, and I live quite centrally. I'm 15 minutes to Laugh Factory, 15 minutes to Comedy Store, 15 to Flappers, Ha Ha, all the comedy clubs. And then when the hour gets more ready, I'll start doing some small shows full hour shows at comedy clubs around the city, like cities where I won't go to tour.
Right.
So in like Madison, Wisconsin, there's a place called Comedy on State, which is a great comedy club. I always wanted to play there. So I'll use that to prep for the new hour as well. So
Gotcha.
can't wait. Next year.
Hell yeah. All right. You heard it here.
Yeah.
Have you gone to Austin yet?
Yeah. I did Austin last year.
The Mothership?
Paramount? No, Mothership. No, not yet. But I did the Paramount Theater in Austin on my tour show.
I love Austin.
Yeah, it's a great place. You guys should move there, man. You guys should open a restaurant there or something.
I don't know, man.
Everybody's doing that.
Everyone's doing that.
Yeah,
that's
that's
why I don't wear
true.
Jordans, because everyone wants Jordans, and I'm like, no, fuck it. I'm gonna be Adidas all day. Yo, Adidas, hit me
Are
up.
Jordans
all right?
still cool now? Are they still? a
I don't
thing?
think they'll ever go out of fashion. Like I think it'll have its ups and downs, but Jordan's the man.
Yeah, I'm all about the new Kanye West sneakers, man. After I saw that Super Bowl ad, I went to Yeezy.com and I bought all the stuff.
Did you really?
No.
Well, I totally missed it. I don't even know what we're
Oh,
talking
you didn't
about.
watch the Super Bowl? Kanye West just had a Super Bowl ad, but it's just him and an iPhone self-recorded. Hey guys, I paid $7 million for this ad, but go to Yeezy.com and buy some clothes.
Yeah.
Peace.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it. That's the ad, and he sold like $20 million worth of merchandise.
Yeah. It's fucking insane.
So it's I just want to. It's fun to support the craft of someone who's canceled. You're like an iconoclast.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Big fan of the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
Big fan. Love a Cosby sweater, you know.
Oh my god.
Who else? Who else? Michael Jackson.
Oh, Michael
know?
Jackson's dead now. So
Yeah. R. Kelly.
But is he? Is he?
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
He's
Maybe
probably frozen somewhere.
Or faked his death?
All right, so YouTube is not your main thing, and you're kind of touching upon.
But you're a comedian first, right?
You're
If
a
somebody
comedian
asks you
first.
what you do, you're a comedian.
Yeah, just say comedy.
Right?
You know? I think it encompasses everything I do. I have a TV project, scripts I'm working on, but this is LA. Everybody has a script they're working
Right.
on, right? It's optioned, but doesn't mean it will get made. We'll see. But all of those, everything I work on falls under the umbrella of comedy. So I just say.
But at
do
the end of the
comedy
day,
stuff.
what's the thing that's going to be through your whole life? It's a stand-up comic or?
I don't know. My life is still. I'm still young,
So
Frenchie?
you think you're still
I don't
figuring
know.
it out?
Yeah,
Right.
and I want to run. I like running a business too. So thinking of there's a restaurant operator in Malaysia. So he approached me. Hey, do you want to just do?
You're gonna open a Jamie Oliver franchise.
Yeah, that would be funny. That would be funny. I want to. If I open an Uncle Roger restaurant, I wanted to open next to a Jamie Oliver restaurant in Malaysia. See, that's the kind of thing that like makes me chuckle, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And it makes me a lot of joy. But I'm running a restaurant is so much work.
Dude, I would unless you have a background in F&B,
No.
I would not recommend it. I have so many.
Would you
friends-
recommend licensing out your brand for someone to run it?
Oh, that's what all the successful chefs do.
That's what all the successful chefs do.
And if you can
But is that a
take
good
short,
idea or?
yeah, if
if you see, so I'm possibly going to start licensing.
Okay.
Like that's one of the offers that I
Oh,
got.
if you
not too
if
long
Brian
ago.
can do it, I can do it. You know.
The bar is very low. Frenchie, guess what?
What?
New merch drop! Remember on the podcast, our first ever Feasty Boy segment, we went to a restaurant called Han Song Ting, and the entire time you thought I was calling you Handsome Thing.
Yes, I remember. We're wearing the t-shirts, are we?
Well, I had the design made, you loved it, and guess what? They have the B-roll. You don't have to shove it in their faces.
I was being practical.
And guess what, Frenchie? The Handsome Thing tees are now available for pre-order. Link in the description below. But why, Frenchie? What is the why? Should they be pre-ordering now? Because what happens if they don't pre-order?
Limited production, baby.
Yes, there you go. Once they are gone, they're
Gone.
gone forever.
So can I put a special request into my 10%?
The 10% Club.
Hop on it. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Or does it?
Visit the link in the description below and pre-order your Handsome Thing tee today. And the thing I'm thinking about is, okay, how am I going to divvy up my already insane schedule to make sure I can oversee this operation because it's licensed. It's not it's not owned by me, but
Yeah.
as the ambassador for the brand, I want to make sure that it's done 1,000%. So, but
and you also get a paycheck.
you get a paycheck. The thing Frenchie said is 100% correct. All the biggest chefs, that's how they make their money. That's really how it is that they're licensing their name out and they just hire really, really good people who maybe don't necessarily want to be the spokesperson, the face of a company, but have all the skills. They are very hard to find, but they
Yeah.
are out there. And you have them maintain your quality standards.
Yeah. We'll see how
And the
it
trick is
goes.
to open enough that by the time the first one is failing, you're running on the reputation of the new ones.
Yeah, it's a cycle.
And you keep opening more.
Yeah.
And they get a paycheck every time and a cut and a percentage.
Now, the goal is that they don't start closing one after the other, but in many ways, truthfully, it's a numbers game.
Yeah. The
Really?
success
Yeah,
rate
it's a numbers
of
game.
restaurants is
Yeah.
0.
The success rate. So, number one, like if you get into restaurants, best case scenario, don't expect to see your money back until 5 years later.
Well, I'm never gonna put my own money in.
Yeah. You never want to.
No, I never want to.
So-
I learn from you guys, man. I listen to this the So You Want to Get Fat podcast, and I see how much Brian's close to tears every episode, complaining about his life. I'm like, yeah, I don't want that.
I'm just trying to be transparent with my audience, you fucking dick.
I tied my self-worth to the views and the money.
Oh my God, he really listened to it. Holy shit. And then cut to me.
I gotta be
Like, what is this,
Dude.
therapy? I listen to this
all
for
right,
the,
all
for
right.
the
So I got to be honest. Because I review every edit A to Z before it goes live, and I was watching it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm acting like a little bitch right now." Do I?
In the back of my mind, I was like, man, Brian, never get arrested and go to jail.
Dude, I was
or
watching.
do give you perspective. You know?
I was reviewing the edit. I'm like, I'm being such a little bitch right now. Do I really want this in the universe? And we create clips out of the podcast, right? And like. One of those clips was me literally saying that line.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's, the
That's why I saw it. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh
That's
no, I'm
literally-
doing this
Yeah,
podcast
yeah.
next week.
Yeah. So I literally was like, oh fuck, like Jordan made a clip of this exact part as well. And it just so happened that's the short and the reel that did the best on my Instagram and on YouTube. And I'm like, okay. So anything that like any new viewer of the show
Misery loves company, Nigel.
You're attracting all the depressed people.
Oh, well, if he can make it, I can make it.
I can do it too. I can do it too.
I'm not gonna kill myself today.
Oh Jesus.
I'm gonna take
Oh,
the gun out of
boy.
my mouth because Brian Sao.
Let's blur that out right there. Jordan, blur that out right there. Oh my God. Oh, jeez. Well,
I gotta loosen this noose around my neck.
fucking loosen the sweater right now. You're just like,
Both of you are sweating all of us.
it's the lights. It's the lights. It's pretty, yeah. Pretty hot. Well, no. So I was bringing up and asking, because I already know, I'm just doing it for the podcast, asking if YouTube's your main thing, which it is not. And that's because, the world of YouTube is actually pretty volatile. Like, if a video gets...
I guess it is the main thing in terms of how many hours I spend on it,
Right.
But it is very volatile, and you have to go in with your eyes wide open. And with shorts, with AI, it's to me it's just a matter of let's enjoy it while it lasts.
Right.
It's gonna go away soon.
Right. And
Yeah.
actually...
You have that feeling in the background.
Yeah, I think so.
so this is the...
we,
So that's
we
why-
we will be able to. I think the generic videographers and people who shoot like drone shots, those jobs are gone. So the lower tier videography jobs are gone. We have a little bit of time still because we have this brand name recognition that we own the IP over. So if someone tries to create a video of us saying stuff, we can sue them. But it's only a matter of time before 1,000 people make Uncle Roger videos. I can't sue every one of them. You know
Right.
what I mean? It's only a matter of time before that comes to pass. So just enjoy.
So
whatever
as
we
of
have
right
left.
now, because this is how I view it, is YouTube is just one tool in developing a brand.
Yes.
And hopefully that
Yes.
brand transcends any social media platform. Because I think like 6 months ago, and you were really nice. You reached out to me to check in on me, but I like made the decision. Okay, the shop's doing okay at that time. The shop's doing okay, and I'm gonna go into YouTube full time and make it my thing. And then I think I had like 3 videos in a row get demonetized, and I bitched and complained about it. Oh fuck, man, I do bitch a lot. Anyway, so I bitched
Wait,
about.
so if I bitch and complain, Nigel will check in on me?
Maybe start bitching and complaining more. And then I started.
I was tying my self-worth to my French onion soup, and nobody was ordering it, and then you get a DM, yo, hope you're okay, bro.
But I think I deleted it since I did some rage posts oh fuck, my last 3 videos or something got demonetized, and you hit me up and you're like, hey, congrats on going full time, but shit like that happens. You just got to appeal it and do the best you can.
Yeah.
But in today's day and age, while there was the heyday of YouTube, YouTube, Instagram, all these platforms are just one tool in, hopefully, if you do it right and time it correctly, to develop a brand bigger than just the platform.
Yeah, I also feel like I've been fortunate enough to made a bit of money, have a bit of savings, and worst case scenario, I'll just move back to Asia. You can live like a king there with very little money, and I'm pretty popular there. I'll get free shit everywhere, and I'm like, no harm.
And just live
go to Bali.
below your means a little.
Below your means,
everybody wants to show off, and everybody wants bling.
It's such a almost such an American thing, because Asians, we love to show off how little we spend. Like Jimmy O Yang has a bit about it.
It's
Every
a
Asian
contest, right?
buys something,
Oh,
guess
I
how
got
much? Guess how much? $5. But over in LA, there's a little bit of that. I like my girlfriend and I. We want to get another car. So I was thinking, let's get the most fuel efficient. Let's get the new Prius, the Prius Prime.
Yeah, but who's going to drive it? You or her?
We were thinking of selling her current car and then just getting one. And she's like, no, I don't want to be seen in the Prius Prime.
There
And
you go.
All her
There
friends
you
are
go.
like, no. I'm like, but it's so fuel efficient.
Yeah.
To me, it's cool.
Wait, is your girlfriend from here? Is she from?
She's
the
from
city?
Miami.
Oh, she's
so
from Miami.
yeah,
Okay.
that's the problem, isn't it?
Oye, ¿cómo?
But her friends are also, I think, way cooler than me. They're like artsy, loves good music, fashion designer friends.
Miami, is she a Latina?
No, she acts like one, but she's a.
Wait, what does that mean?
Nigel
it's a compliment.
Nigel said it, not me.
It's a compliment. It's a compliment.
Oh, it's okay. Oh, wait, is that how you deflect the bad press? No, that was a
compliment.
That's a compliment.
That's one of the many techniques. But she's like, no, she's Bangladeshi American. Yeah. So it's Asian, I guess.
Yeah.
They count themselves as Asian. Like,
My wife is like a
Yeah.
quarter Bangladeshi.
Listen, we've worked so hard. East Asians, the real Asians. We've worked so hard
Real Asians?
to finally be cool. And then you guys want to jump on the bandwagon now that we are cool. You Indian folks want to become one of. Fuck you. You struggle through your Apu era, and you find your own BTS then you get cool. Good luck. Don't jump on our bandwagon now that we are cool. Years ago when we were not cool, they were like, no, we're not Asian, we're Indian. Yeah. No, we're Pakistani. Now they're Asian. Really?
Oh.
So fuck off. Go find your own like Bollywood BTS or some shit.
I can smell the resentment in the room right now. Holy fuck.
I should turn that into a bit someday. Do it on
you
stage.
should turn that into a bit.
That is a bit.
That is a bit.
That is a bit right there.
Yes, this time was worth it coming
see-
all the way here. Sun Valley, California.
Which is part of the developing process of his of the next special.
Yeah, of the next special. Well, I mean, even the last few times I hung out with you, I feel like you're constantly working bits.
Am I?
Yeah.
I try not to. It's annoying when the comic is always on,
Yeah.
But sometimes when
Well,
I
you
drink
weren't- you
more, I
weren't
get more animated.
Right.
Yeah, but I hung around a lot of comedians, right? But the good ones are always on. It's like the machine never stops. Sometimes you wonder, is that a curse, or it's always trying to find the bump.
Yeah, I don't hang out with those people, man. It's like, chill, bro. Let's just watch the game,
Right?
Yeah. But on a podcast, maybe it's a little bit more appropriate. You do want it to be somewhat entertaining.
Right.
Yeah, but if you hang out outside of this, I'm a little more subdued. And I'm okay with that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, maybe it was because you were drinking. Because you were definitely like working out.
Oh, really?
Unintentionally. Like you
Sorry.
weren't making it
Stop
annoying.
calling him out.
I call you out all the time. I'm gonna call him out
Yeah,
too.
but I don't
okay?
care.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. He
He's our
clearly
guest.
doesn't give a fuck either.
But have some semblance of a good host. I don't know.
I am being a good host.
Yeah.
I gave him beer.
Hit record.
Okay. Hit record. Yeah, give him another beer.
Yeah.
go.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Oh shit! Now I look back.
Yeah, you guys have it.
another
You guys
beer
have
with
it. You guys have it. Yeah.
I'm on vacation.
Oh, it's so easy to be healthier in California though. It's a good thing, blessing and a curse.
And how is it easier here?
I've moved here permanently in September, right? Until now, I've never had a time where I'm at a restaurant and we open a bottle of wine. Just nobody would do it with me. People just don't drink enough. In Europe,
I don't like those customers.
I know it's.
How are restaurants making money?
That is really where
They will get one cocktail. That's it, all night, just one cocktail.
That's why the cocktails.
But
here
that's
are so
how you
expensive.
start in Europe. That's
How
how,
much
you
is a
start.
cocktail here?
I'm just joking around. Well, I mean, the
18?
cocktails I had yesterday
20.
are like 1920.
Yeah.
I mean, they were awesome.
But in
Great.
Europe, that's how you start. Aperitif and Negroni to start. Then you open a bottle of wine.
Aperitif, 4 o'clock, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, people. That's one downside. People are too healthy here, and they don't drink as much. And in Europe, it's weird if you go to a restaurant and you don't drink, right? They're like, what's happening? Are you pregnant or something?
But they smoke a lot of weed here.
Yeah, but weed is boring. It's so boring.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know.
you just sit in the corner and giggle. Alcohol, shit happens.
That's
when
true.
You know,
That is
it's
true.
a good
I know.
conversation.
Shit happened. You don't know what's gonna happen.
It's so fun. I miss this opening bottles of wine, man.
You know where
That's
it's
what I
fun?
miss about Europe.
Stranger danger.
You know what I miss? You know what I love about Asia is the drinking culture. out
Oh,
there.
they're proud of
They are
how
proud
much
of
they
it.
drink.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm
In what
glad I
way?
don't live there though.
To blackout? To like extinction?
No.
No,
They-
not necessarily. It's just like the drinking culture in Asia is a lot more like you don't go to Asia and often find you're just standing at the bar and only having drinks. It's you sit down,
Yeah.
you have food, you have snacks. It's this long, and I don't mean to say this in a negative way, but it's a long, chill session, and you just get
But that's
shit-faced.
true all over the planet. It's only the United States that has industrialized and we have to make money out of this. And it's like the restaurant business here is not the same across the planet.
Right.
It's two different things. In France, it's an experience and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And it's why they have difficulty here with we've had that issue with the tipping, like including service and everything like that. It's like that's the difference too.
Well, that's something new for you too. Living in the
Tipping?
States is tipping.
Oh yeah. I mean,
That's a
necessary
source.
evil.
That's a sore spot on our podcast. We covered it once,
Oh,
and we're
okay.
going to cover it again soon because Asmongold recently talked about tipping and shit like that.
What do you mean sore spot? People don't like it.
Yeah, well, we
What
talked.
is it?
A lot of people, the general public, all
think that we don't pay employees
we don't
enough.
pay employees enough, and then they'll be like, "Yeah, just charge us more." And we're trying to explain to them, like, well, number one, we actually wouldn't mind that as the business owner charging you more and then paying our staff more. The thing is, it is literally illegal because the law and the culture is based and built around tipping culture.
So it's illegal to pay your workers more?
No, you can pay your workers more, but you can't not allow them to take part in a tip pool. So either you pay them enough to hit minimum wage, right? Which then, but then you can't collect tips.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nobody's going to want to work for
No
that
one's
little
gonna
amount of
wanna
money.
Because
It's not enough.
some of these guys, like at a, he'll always say porterhouse, but I think Peter Luger is a more famous example. You're going to drop a minimum of $120 per person there. So
Yeah.
you take nowadays people are tipping like 20%, but let's just say you tip 15%. 15% of a $120, $150 check is a lot more than a $15 an hour wage that they could be making, right? So there is a tipped minimum wage, and then there's actual minimum wage. So in New York City or New York State, it's $15 an hour. I don't remember what the tipped wage is because for my shop, for example, we don't pay tipped wage. We actually hit minimum wage, and they get tips as well.
Wow. So what would be the minimum hourly rate for them to be like, yeah, I don't want tips?
Well, that's the problem.
20, 30, 40?
Well, that's it. Nobody can answer
No
that.
one can answer that. So notice that
Some places, if you say $50 an hour,
They'll laugh
some
at
people
you.
say, yeah, that's great. And some people's like, no, I make way
Yeah,
more
if
than
I
that.
were a hot young waitress woman, I would laugh in your face. 50.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
100%. Like they,
But it's also, I don't know how I feel about tipping. Like hot, attractive people get tipped more.
They definitely do.
So,
if they're attractive and they know what they're doing,
Yeah.
that's a killer combo.
Yeah, I guess, but that's the American way, right? The capitalist way. Winner takes all.
Right.
You know, the fat, ugly, doesn't know what they're doing. Waitress just gets tipped nothing. Or waiter.
but you'll-
both genders, whatever.
But you'll notice the people that are not bitching are the ones that are working at the best dining establishments because they're making way more money than $15 an hour or $30 an hour. It's, really the people and listen, like an honest day's work is an honest day's work, but if you want to work at a place where you can pull that kind of money, there's a skill set that's required, and you don't just get into working at places like that. You have to work your way up towards it.
So there's no solution, basically.
There is a solution. That's if every single person in the States just stop tipping completely, and then the governments and state laws have no choice but to change the law.
And then people are still going to tip. They're still going to palm you.
right.
Like they're going to give you a handshake and slip you a 20.
Yeah, you know
40.
how many times I go to a restaurant, there's no reservation, and I'll just fucking tip the maitre d' $100 and get me in.
So
right
that
there.
is what I like about tipping. It's like soft bribery.
It is. But that's what it is.
Yeah, and we do sometimes
And
we
if
do
you're
that
a
in
regular,
Malaysia.
you tip even more because next time you come in, they're like, people are fighting over wanting to, be your server.
Right. So it's for the people. There are people who are paying the tips that like tipping because they know that they're going to get a lot more, and it's not everyone has that capability to secretly hand over the maitre d' $100 to get a nicer table in the dining room or whatever it is. But you're not going to stop it.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that we don't want that culture to change. We want what's best for everybody, but at the end of the day, there are things you're not going to be able to control.
Oh, that's what I would love, man. To make enough to just, go to one of those London restaurants, 14 seats, hand them £100, £100 bill.
I don't do that very often. I'm giving the wrong impression. I don't do that very often.
Yeah, it's like money buys happiness,
Well, he said it very well. He said that it doesn't. What is it you said exactly? It
I don't know.
doesn't.
You're
buy
the one
you
that writes
happy-
down the quotes.
Yeah.
So Frenchie would say, money doesn't buy you happiness, but it buys you solutions.
Yeah.
You know.
And a lot of solutions buy you happiness, though,
Makes your life easier.
Yeah.
Gets rid of a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Gets rid of a lot of stress.
Yes.
Yeah. Parking will no longer be a problem. Oh, I just want to make enough where I can just be like, I don't have to read the parking signs. I just park. That'll be great. That's my dream. This is how I know I've made it. When I just park anywhere I want.
That is definitely a luxury.
Yeah. How much is the parking fine? $70? Yeah, that's okay. That's
do
that's a
that.
parking
Yeah,
fee for me. That's fine.
Right. It's when your car gets towed. You're
Is that an LA thing?
what?
Because like in New York, you just park once and then you just live your life.
What, you don't get tickets there? Or you do?
Well,
He's talking about like if he goes someplace, it's like, well, I don't see any parking, but there's that nice spot next to the hydrant, so I'm gonna fucking park there because I can afford the ticket. You know, that's how you know you
yeah,
made
New York
it.
City get towed.
Yeah, in New York City, you'll get towed.
Yeah.
Well, and then, okay, I want to be able to park anywhere, and then I want to afford a personal assistant who only gets my car when it's towed. You know, a special person I hire just to
Sounds
collect
like you
my
need a
vehicle.
chauffeur is what you need.
Yeah.
Oh,
Someone to go around the
yeah.
block.
Which one's cheaper though?
The
chauffeur?
chauffeur.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, why didn't I think of that?
All right.
Yeah, great.
Damn, I'm a man of solutions.
Provide solutions. So you talked about a little bit how you like to keep something analog. So you know, I'm for you that's staying and keeping one foot in the comedy world
I
constantly.
like Brian. He's a good interviewer, eh? Man.
Yes. You know, I came with.
He listens.
If it gets too boring, I brought my earplugs.
Fucking dick, man. You're such an asshole.
Have you guys had guests on the pod before?
Yeah, not too many. I think you're like number 3. It's
shit.
mainly just us
Good,
two.
it's good.
Yeah.
It's impressive because I ran a podcast before and I was also monitoring the audio and sometimes I'll be like, oh, sorry, repeat that because I was focusing on the waveforms, you know. So that's good. It's good. It's good. Multitasker.
But we want to get there too. We want to have people
Well, eventually.
to alleviate your burden.
Get a producer
Eventually.
in.
I mean, listen, right now I'm doing everything. It's totally fine because I genuinely do enjoy it. Yes, I'm prone to mistakes like we started the podcast and I didn't hit record.
I think
on
you
the
need to
audio.
hire a hot young assistant to keep your wife on her toes too, you know. A hot young female assistant.
I don't know. Blondie might have something to say about that.
Email me at info@chefbriansound.com.
They will open doors, you know. You
Yeah.
get invited to more shit. But anyways,
I know. So, all right,
analog,
so
analog.
yeah, keeping something analog. You're keeping one foot in the comedy world. You're still doing the YouTube thing. YouTube is used as one marketing tool for the big picture, which is your brand of Nigel Ung.
Yeah.
Let's be very fucking brutally honest right now. How much longer do you think you're going to keep up the Uncle Roger character? Because even I did not realize that was a character when I first started
really?
reacting to
Oh,
your
shit.
videos in the very beginning. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, he never told me.
Actually, he didn't know either.
I didn't know.
Ah.
But you've been doing it, you know, for a few years now.
Almost 4 years
and
now,
I
yeah.
do notice a little change in your content. You know, more cooking videos. You did the diss track and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Oh, the cowboy one was great.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. So much fun. See, that's
That-
the kind of thing you remember.
Right.
Yes.
I remember flying into Oklahoma. And
Yes.
then you land at the airport, you have to drive 2.5 hours. I was in the middle of nowhere. Oh, before I get the funny story. So we landed in Oklahoma. He said, oh yeah, just come live with me. And my friend has a little house there. And then you go there. He has a little cabin he rents out to hunters usually. So he says, oh, you'll love it. You live in the city. You're going to stay in this cabin. It's peace and quiet. And it's going to be, you're going to have the best night's sleep in your life.
Too much peace and quiet.
Yeah, too much. You go there and then there's nothing, no reception.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a car. So the moment he drove off, it was just nothing. Just me.
Did you
I had
panic?
to leave a little bit. I had to leave the TV on. And then inside the cabin too is a hunter's cabin, right? So there all this taxidermy. Like raccoons, snakes, skunks, just there's eyes looking out at you, 3 big deer heads, and then like birds, all taxidermy on the wall. Part of the lampshades. The lamp is a frozen pigeon, then the lampshade on top. So it just got really, really creepy. A badger on the coffee table just staring at you like this. And then I kept telling myself, it's fine. There's nobody out here. It's safe. And this is I got to respect their custom and their culture. They hunt. That's how they provide for the family. That's why they have all these taxidermy. I couldn't sleep at all. So 1 a.m. I called Cowboy Kent's friend, the friend whose house I'm staying at. I said, hey, I'm really sorry. Can you come pick me up and let me just stay at yours for the night. I'll sleep on the couch. So it turns out they had a guest room this whole time in their house. And then I was talking to myself the whole night. Oh, it's just custom. They have all this taxidermy. It's normal. I go to the house, not a single taxidermy on the wall. It's like just me alone with
All these
it's
dead
too
They were
much.
selling you an
Dead animals.
experience that
Yeah.
you didn't want to buy.
Yeah, I didn't want to bother them, but yeah, it's too scary. And as someone who lives in the city, you're not used to that level of quiet. There's no Uber Eats.
I mean, even
So
the
if
level
you're
of
hungry, you're fucked.
the level of darkness at night. You know, when you are out in the country, that is darkness.
The level of darkness, the level of quiet.
Right.
And then sometimes occasionally you'll hear something like,
Yeah,
and
scratching on the walls.
yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? And then if anyone breaks in, I'm also screwed. I don't know where to run. It just feels everywhere with barbed wire. I can't even see the
They didn't
barbed
give you a
wire.
gun?
No, they didn't. They should have.
They should have.
They should have.
At least
Probably
give
would
you
have
a
slept
gun.
better with the gun.
Yeah. Just that would have been cool.
I got
I would just stay there and just shoot at random shit. No car, no gun,
Yeah.
you know. So the moment the car pulled away out, you're kind of stranded.
You're like, oh fuck.
And if something happens, you call 911. Well, they don't have reception. Even if you do call them, it will take them 2 hours to get to where you are. So yeah, that was a story. And then the next night, I was like, yeah, I'll just get a hotel. But it wasn't their fault. It was just
Why?
me.
How long were you there?
Just one, 2 nights. 2 nights. I landed and then we filmed the next morning. So the first night I just called them and said, "Can I sleep at yours?" They had a guest room the whole time. Just put me in a guest room next time. And then the next night I was like, they brought me back to Oklahoma City, and I just stayed in a hotel there.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was such a fun shoot, you know.
So it's
It did come across like you. I mean, you didn't look tired to us. You look.
Yeah.
no, I was fine. I was well rested. I was excited for the shoot. See, it's those kinds of things that
Our
keeps
life enrichening.
Yeah,
The-
and to me, when you ask like how long can I keep doing this Uncle Roger character, I do it until it's not fun anymore, right? And then it's those things
I
that
keep
keep
telling
it
you.
fun.
Yeah.
It's those things that keep it fun.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
I'm worried he's gonna say, "I'm gonna do this until you're not fun anymore."
you know, I as you were speaking about this experience, even that bad experience of staying in this cabin with the
It
taxidermy.
wasn't bad. Shout out to Cowboy
Right,
Kent.
right.
It was
Yeah,
just,
but,
I just wasn't
but it's
used
a
to it.
bit. It's a
Yeah,
story.
it's a funny story.
But what I was getting at is those stories, all I could hear and get from you as I was watching you tell that story is that it's life enriching.
Yeah.
So it sounds like this whole YouTube journey for you, in addition to making you money and all that stuff, and yes, it's not your main thing. You're trying to keep one thing analog. It almost sounds like the biggest reward is the life experiences you get out of it.
Yeah.
And the life enriching experiences, meeting cool people along the way. Like that's the better part of it.
And then from those experience, well, in the stand-up world, I do a lot of observational stuff. So a lot of things have to be relatable, right? Like I have a bit about how every relationship is a tidy person and a messy person. That's quite a relatable observation, right? But then the Uncle Roger stuff is not so relatable, like staying at the guy's place with a taxidermy, or somebody in Malaysia tried to open an Uncle Roger restaurant and we had to take some kind of legal action. Those things aren't relatable. But then I'm working on an Uncle Roger animated show with those kinds of like Uncle Roger in life, the kind of problems that he faces. So, you know, I'm always trying to find ways to
Now, is this
repackage life
gonna be-
experience into
Geared towards kid or adults?
no adults. Imagine like BoJack Horseman vibes, you know,
okay,
that
cool.
kind of vibe, you know, where he's this character in life. So, yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's this interesting shit happens in my life because I do this
Right.
kind of things, you know.
Right. So you
Yeah.
almost have to like zoom out and look at the big picture. And
Yeah, and then I want to have I'm gonna have a Peru shoot coming up. I'm going to Kyoto to shoot with Omurai's chef Kichi
wow.
Kichi.
Hell yeah.
And you know,
We'll definitely react to that one.
yeah. Oh yeah, you reacted to my Omurai's one,
Yes, yeah.
but then you didn't have him in focus. Or
Yeah,
something.
I didn't. Yeah. So
I'm so hard to miss.
Yeah,
Couldn't get it in
who
focus.
cares? Just post it, dude.
That's what I told him.
Yeah, just post it.
it's really out of focus. All right. Listen, I
But
definitely.
then put a
vlog.
cartoon of me.
Yeah.
Put a cartoon up.
Well, just
Can
well,
AI
the beauty of
Can
Frenchie,
AI do this?
The beauty of Frenchie is that he doesn't really remember things after a week, so we can just react to it. And it'll be like he never saw it.
It's like a goldfish.
yeah, more or less. It's like, oh, I've never seen this video.
I'm the
before.
Dory of the cooking world.
more or
Yeah.
less. So it'll be fine. We
So-
can react to it, and I can just.
Yeah.
But it was
can't-
good content.
It's good content, but I'll go to Kyoto. You can react to that. So Uncle Roger learns how to make omurice. That'll be for my 9 million subscriber special.
How is your 9 million?
Yeah, I'm at 8.83 now. Thank you.
Congrats.
It's just a number. Who cares?
Yeah.
You know, is
Bank account cares.
Mega cares about the views, not
True.
the subscribers. I'd rather have like 0 subscribers, but 10 million views each video.
There you go.
You know,
For real.
But yeah, that's the kind of thing. And flying to Kyoto, will I lose money on the video? Probably. But then the life experience, the shit you talk about at a dinner party, that's the things. That's the interesting things. That gives you the longevity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something that's changed with me. You know, I'm a much smaller channel than yours, but again, I work full time at the restaurant, so there's only so much time I can put into it. But after that time where you actually reached out to me, and after I had 3 videos get demonetized, and even this latest burnout video, I just came to realize, like, oh, I have to remind myself that YouTube is just one platform for the brand as a whole, and you know, I just need to enjoy the ride.
What are your other platforms? What are your other?
Well, I have, you know,
The sandwich shop.
the sandwich shop, which is finally in a good place where I'm actually thinking of expansion.
Yeah, we better watch out, Subway.
Yeah,
It's coming for you.
I'm taking over all your locations and going to cannibalize myself at some point because I have too many locations. We'll see what happens. But at the end of this past December, I was really starting to think to myself, well, what do I do now? Like, I finally got the shop at a good place. The YouTube channel's humming. I've while you know the views are always going to be up and down, and honestly, I think I'm still trying to figure out what I want to ultimately do on YouTube.
Well, what do you want to do? The answer is always drugs.
Yeah, drugs are great.
It makes you fun. It makes you fun to be around.
Especially in old age.
Yes. No, but in all seriousness, I think right now I just realized I need to do both simultaneously, and that's not going to change because I am a chef first. I have a career established in the culinary industry. I just so happen to do this thing, YouTube, that helped me along and propel, and it helps my shop as well. And it actually helps his restaurant. There isn't a week that goes by.
Oh, your fans show up at the Rivage?
All the time.
But I don't go talk to him. He does.
Actually, I do. It's funny. Yeah. The general manager will come to me and go, there's some fans. They asked for Paul.
But why are you there? Why are you at his restaurant?
Because that's
where the
because
studio is.
upstairs is where the
Oh,
studio
that's where you're
is.
filming.
Yeah, that's where we're filming. And
Nice,
I'm
nice.
there a lot more than he is, funny enough,
Don't tell people that.
because I also use it as like my actual office. It gets me away from the shop.
Yeah, from
It's-
the children.
Yeah, from the
and the
children,
family.
from the family. Yeah, exactly.
Make your children work for you. That's the Asian way.
Well, they're my
That's the immigrant way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my older daughter is still a little too. Oh no, that's not true. I did make her work. She was selling lemonade in front of my shop, and she made a killing.
Train her how to edit for you.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't teach her how to play the piano and the violin. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
Teach
Learn how
how
to
to
teach her Adobe Premiere Pro.
I don't know if that's a long-term wise career choice because eventually AI is going to do all that shit.
Yeah, let her worry about it. It's her lifetime's problem. Don't worry about it. You know, just do your own thing. Be selfish.
Yes. Be
Yeah.
selfish.
Your money is her money.
True,
You know?
yeah.
So this is you're working for
Oh, no.
your own-
I always tell my kids, no, I'm rich. You're not.
Yeah. But when you die, who's the money gonna go to, right?
I want to spend it all by the time that happens.
Oh, that's smart. That takes planning though.
It does.
Which I don't think
Reverse
you know.
mortgages.
I just want to be, you know, I do want kids in the future, and it would be so great if my kid turns out to be like a complete douche. You know, that's a status symbol for me. You know, when you have a problem kid who's but he goes to private school, you know, and then he talks about skiing too much, and I just want my kid to be a dick and just to look down on people, and because it reflects well, that means I've done well. You know,
Yeah.
it means I have money.
You can ignore the problem.
Yeah.
Throw money at the problem.
Yeah, when this video is gonna come out this week, but Brooklyn Beckham making pasta, he actually can cook, but the slight mistakes he makes are rich boy. Only rich people will make those mistakes. He had a whole cheese wheel, right? He opened the cheese wheel up for a lunch. He just opens a $1,000 cheese wheel. He cooks the pasta and the cheese wheel all good, but then he sprinkles parsley into the pasta while it's still in the cheese wheel. And it's like, how are you going to clean the parsley out? How are you going to use the cheese wheel for the next meal? So that's a rich person problem. He just uses the whole cheese wheel for one meal. That's it. So I want my kid to be a cook like Brooklyn Beckham. You know? I want my kid to be the biggest Nepo baby out there.
Does your girlfriend know about this?
Yeah. She knows it's a half joke.
Yeah.
You know?
Half joke.
What are kids if not status symbols, you know?
Well,
Right.
Well, my running joke is I have 3 older serious kids.
Uh-huh.
And I said, like, the last one, I'm just gonna have fun with this last one. This one's gonna be, you know, by the time she's 20, I'll be in an old folks home. It won't be my problem anymore.
Yeah, so how did you have fun in the last one? What'd you do?
First of all, I'm around her too much, so I'm a bad influence. But I spoil. Yeah, I'm spoiling this one.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Nigel, thank you so much.
Of course.
for coming on to the podcast, for making the time.
You're welcome.
How do you know when we're done?
Why are we not done? You
Oh,
have something
no.
else to say?
I'm just like you.
I think it's a timer on the-
It's always
the
out of the
Yeah,
blue.
there's a timer on the recorder,
Oh.
and you know we'll have Nigel on again when he comes to New York.
Yeah.
But I just, I like a child. You have to prep me. Okay, we're coming towards the end now.
Oh, are you
I don't like
disappointed or are you
I don't
pretty
like
sad?
sharp endings.
Yeah, Brian's about to finish, Paul.
yeah. Let me finish. That is a great way to end the podcast. Nigel, let everyone know what you got going on, what they should expect.
Yes, because he needs our platform.
Yeah,
to
he needs our platform to really uplift himself.
give it that extra. We need to get to that 9 million.
Yes. Go search Uncle Roger on YouTube. Get me to 9 million. When is this coming out?
in like 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Perfect. So the Brooklyn Beckham video would have been out. So go check that one out.
All right, hell yeah. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video as much as we did making it. Remember, don't be afraid to fail, because it can only make you stronger. With that said, I'm Chef Brian Tsao, not your typical chef.
Frenchie.
And Uncle Roger, aka Nigel Ung.
And we'll see you really soon. Bye. Wide cam, right there.
Which one?
Right there.
Which one? That one?
That one.
This one?
Yes.
That one.
Yes,
Okay.
that one. Okay, all right, bye.